Don't dilute your brand by trying to appeal to everyone. Instead, double down on your core audience. Hey Outlaws, today we're going to look at a brand that's selling a seemingly unexciting product in an exciting way. We're going to break down their success so that you can apply these principles to your brand no matter what your product is. But first, take a second to hit that like button and make sure you're subscribed to keep getting Brand Outlaw content. Some recent news from the business world is that beverage company Liquid Death wrapped up a Series D funding round valuing the business at $700 million. Now, if you're not familiar with Liquid Death, it's water in a can. Yep, that's it. Can of water. How did that happen? Canned water company receiving a $700 million valuation. Well, let's dive into a few key things Liquid Death has gotten right with their branding. First off, I love what they've done with their visual branding and their storytelling. Their biggest product differentiator is the can itself. Liquid Death targets environmentally conscious people who are tired of plastic bottles piling up in landfills and floating in the oceans. The aluminum can is a much more sustainable option than a plastic bottle, so it's a big selling point for a growing portion of the population. But while most companies would say, hey, look at us, we're sustainable by using a green leaf logo or some other eco-friendly imagery that just blends in with all the others and makes you wonder if this is just more greenwashing, Liquid Death takes a radically different approach. It questions the notion that water packaging should be boring while sugary, heavily caffeinated energy drinks get to be in your face. On its website, Liquid Death asks, why should unhealthy products be the only brands with permission to be loud, fun, and weird? And that's exactly what they do. They've got the tagline, murder your thirst. They've got imagery of skulls. They've got the cartoon mascot who's got a can for a head and eye nipples. This is a company that gets noticed way more easily than any other water brand. And beyond the aesthetic, they deliver more fun through videos with celebrities like Tony Hawk and Martha Stewart, even one with an adult film star who reminds us, quote, don't fuck the planet. They take the fun even further with their merchandise. Now, first off, is there any bottled water company you would buy clothing from? I don't know anyone rocking a Dasani snapback. But Liquid Death's strong visuals let them create additional revenue streams through merchandise. They also sell stuffed animals called cutie palooties. These are ocean creatures that are both adorable and horribly depressing. They may be smiling, but they've also been mutilated by plastic waste. It's a really clever way to hammer home their message that disposable plastic water bottles are awful and that Liquid Death provides a solution to that problem. Maybe not as strong a solution as a reusable bottle, but at least an alternative that's better than plastic. Now, Liquid Death may be growing in popularity, but it's not without critics. Some people have said it's just a way to sell overpriced water to punks and metalheads. Even people who are down with the environmental message might think consumers are being ripped off for the sake of a cool-looking can. I get it, but let's consider some key points about what Liquid Death is getting right with their branding. First, it's important to remember people rarely make logical buying decisions. We tell ourselves that we're shopping with our brains, but really, we let our emotions guide us way more than we think. There are tons of pricier products that many of us choose over alternatives of equal or greater quality. Classic example, coffee. Is Starbucks really the best cup of coffee you can get? Maybe, maybe not. That's really kind of subjective. But why do they command higher prices than many competitors? It's because they've done such a great job over decades of branding and storytelling that it's been burned into consumers' minds that Starbucks is the best place to grab a coffee. And the more that notion has built up over the years, the more people connect to the brand itself, as well as to others who get their coffee there. Starbucks has created what we call a tribe, a group of people who connect around a common brand and use it as a signifier of a part of their identity. Starbucks patrons are one tribe. People who hate large corporations and prefer to get their coffee only from local shops are another tribe. And those who are just fine grabbing a quick, cheap cup at a gas station are yet another tribe of coffee drinkers. And you can't appeal to every tribe. If you're speaking to everyone, you're speaking to no one. But if you focus relentlessly on serving one tribe, you will be rewarded with brand loyalty. So this takes us back to Liquid Death. Another reason this is such a strong brand is that they've created their own tribe. In fact, I feel like they have an overlap of separate tribes that they're appealing to. So first, as I already mentioned, there are people who are concerned about the environment. They'll choose Liquid Death over a plastic bottle, if of course they don't have their reusable bottle with them. Next, there's the tribe that's just into their wild aesthetic. Punks, metalheads, skateboarders. Finally, there's those who want an alternative to alcohol. Maybe they want a healthier drink, or they're straight edge, or a recovering alcoholic. The can's aesthetics and the fact that it comes in a tall boy makes it visually similar to craft beer. So this allows non-alcohol drinkers to feel more like they're participating with the rest of the group. And thanks to Liquid Death, they can now do it with a beverage that's much healthier than soda or energy drinks. And offering a product for this tribe is so smart. Not only is Liquid Death appealing to a segment of the population who doesn't drink alcohol at all, they'll also pick up people who do drink alcohol, but in that moment just want water. So for example, I enjoy beer, but I've been to concerts and other events where all I wanted was water, and my only option was an overpriced bottle. And that always pisses me off. If I had the option to pay for water in a more environmentally friendly can with a sick design, I'm going to be much happier. And a lot of other people will too. So let's recap the key points that you should apply to your brand. First, focus on storytelling. Figure out what makes your brand unique and develop messaging that communicates your differentiating factor. Number 2, develop visual branding that stands out. Now, I'm not saying you need skulls or cartoons with severed heads, but figure out which aesthetics fit your brand personality and use them consistently. Point 3, lean into your tribe. Don't dilute your brand by trying to appeal to everyone. Instead, double down on your core audience. And finally, just acknowledge that people don't always make logical decisions. These days, focusing on product benefits isn't as effective as creating emotional resonance. Just embrace that fact and let it inform the moves you make regarding those previous 3 points. And that, Outlaws, is why canned water is worth big bucks. What do you think about Liquid Death? Is it an example of brilliant branding, or are they just making a short-lived splash? Please comment below and make sure you like and subscribe. It definitely helps. We'll talk again soon on The Brand Outlaw.